Hello everyone and welcome. Today I hopefully have some pretty cool stuff for you guys. Hopefully gonna get some people together and do some rollers. If you're wondering what those are, keep watching the video or check out the video I did on motorcycle rollers. People really enjoyed that video. It was pretty popular. People say it's kind of one of their favorites and it's probably one of the best videos I've ever made. So I'm trying to follow up with that with more rollers because I really enjoy taking them. They look really cool. I have to meet Dan to go shoe shopping in like 3 minutes and I haven't even packed up to leave yet. So let's go. Okay, I'm looking for a green Subaru. Ooh, I think that is him. That's the man, Dan the man. It's got eye tracking autofocus in video now, which is nice.
Actually?
Yeah. So in 4K I can do eye tracking, which is nice. Yeah, it's gonna keep you in focus. You can't see the screen. No, it is really, it's really good. You can see the little box, the eye box and the face box.
Yeah, it says rec on it, so we're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna bring you guys in with me just because I don't wanna get kicked out for filming, even though the A7C is a pretty small camera. I don't trust mall security and they probably don't trust me, so we're gonna leave you guys in the car. We've eaten and now we have Colton over there in the bagged Civic. He's just figuring out how low it can go without it actually rubbing on anything. Very loud car. Right here's our camera car. It is a 2001 Subaru Legacy. You'll notice the frameless windows are looking pretty sexy. We're gonna just be shooting at the passenger side window for most of this. We're not gonna go with the trunk for right now just because we're on public roads. I don't wanna give Dan a gigantic reckless driving ticket. It's probably the safest thing to do on public roads. So if you're wondering how to do rollers, passenger window, we're gonna hope for the best. And hopefully I don't have to use the gimbal too much for the photos, but for the video, definitely will. So let's take a look at how that looks. It's so funny how there's no tachometer and there it just says Subaru. That's all you need to know about it. It's a Subaru. You're probably wondering what settings we use because that is a big question that pretty much everyone who wants to shoot rollers has. So for photography, we were at 1/25th of a second up until around 60 kilometers an hour. And then we defaulted to the rule of your speed in kilometers an hour equals your shutter speed. So for 60 kilometers an hour, or 35 miles an hour, or 37 technically, we're at 1/60th of a second. And then for video, we're at 24 frames a second, which will drop into a 24 frame per second timeline. 180-degree shutter rule, so 1/50th of a second. And as far as ISO and aperture go, we kind of crank those a little bit lower to between f4 and f6, just because it's a very bright day out. And even though we have an ND filter on, there's still a lot of light coming through this lens and through this camera. Overall, it turned out really well. As far as camera cars go, Dan, if you come a little bit closer here, it's the Legacy, solid B+, just a little bit slow. Takes 9 seconds to get to 60, which, you know, is a bit slow. Not the most power, kind of shifts when it wants to shift. So I was yelling at Dan a bunch to, you know, get on it because you really have to kind of get on it before it shifts and before it starts to gain speed. But as far as kind of ground clearance goes, it's really nice to be in a car that's lower than the Palisade. The Palisade is the usual camera car, and it's really high off the ground, so just the perspective is a lot nicer with this car. And the windows are adequately large, so I can actually fit the setup at the window. But then again, the setup's not massive. It's an A7C, and yeah, that was our setup. That's how you shoot some rollers. There'll be more roller content to come because it's one of my favorite types of photography. Big shout out to Dan for lending us the camera car for a little while. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.